Welcome everybody to episode 5 of the ASG Podcast. I'm your host, Carlo Pastina. Today, I am joined by my man, Joey.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
He's a Yankees fan, just like myself, and we're talking the World Series. We're going to break down the World Series, give our predictions. We have a fun Dodgers and Yankees all-time draft that should be very interesting, and then we'll finish off with some rapid-fire questions. So, Joey, my man, how are you doing? Introduce yourself. Let us know a little bit about you.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Joe here. So my primary, my sport has always been baseball. I've been a Yankee fan since birth that I can remember. I've been rocking a Yankee hat since my parents gave me a hat.
Since you came out the womb?
Yeah, pretty much. My dad put that on me right away. Sorry if my cat gets in. He's super
hey.
attention grabbing. Yeah, this is Remy.
You gotta put a Yankee hat on your cat now.
I got the dog too. I got 2 dogs, and my fiance wanted to get a jersey for them and everything.
Oh, that would have been epic.
Yeah, I mean, I've witnessed 5 championships now. I've witnessed 7 World Series runs, and was at the parade in 2009. That's pretty much it. I've gone to as many Yankee games as I can. When I've lived in the city, I would go to as many as I could. I live in Jersey now, so I'm not going to as many as I can.
Sure.
Wish I could go to this World Series, but those prices are insane. I don't know if you want to start with that real quick.
I was going to say, let's go and briefly talk about that. So I think that they said the cheapest ticket for Game 1 in LA is like $1,065, and then I think in Yankee Stadium it's even more expensive. I think for Game 3 is like $1,200 and like $65 or something like that. I'm like, that is just absolutely insane. It's like for $1,200, first of all, you're going to be in the nosebleeds, so you're going to need like a magnifying glass in order to even see the ball. But also, too, It's like, man, I can go on a nice vacation for that. I can go on an awesome weekend trip. And it's like, as much as I love the Yankees and would love to watch a game live, that's a little excessive.
Yeah, I know people that are going to the games. Someone that I know is actually working the game. He's going to be doing videography. So he got really lucky with that. But
so does he actually like get like a partnership with the Yankees, or is he doing this kind of like
freelance?
Okay.
Yeah. So he does video for what's called New York Liberty. So he was all part of that championship run and everything too, which we just had a parade today, and I wasn't even able to experience any of that, because I had to do all that work and everything today. It was crazy.
Yeah, crazy. Well, it's a great time to be in the city. So obviously the Yankees are on the World Series. Liberty just won. Knicks just opened up the season. Rangers are off to a good start. Let's not talk about the Jets and Giants. Let's.
No, man.
No football talk, because I think I'll break. I think I'll break my laptop if I talk about the Jets right now. But so World Series, man. So Game 1 tomorrow. It's going to be absolutely wild. I think this is what baseball wanted. I think that the ratings for this World Series are going to be some of the highest in a long time. Not just because of the history of the teams, but because of the players. I mean, we got stars all around. You got Aaron Judge, we got Soto, we got Stanton, we got Ohtani, we got Mookie Betts, we got Freeman. There are stars all over the field. So, Joey, what is your prediction? So who wins in how many games, and who wins the MVP?
And I've been dreading that. I haven't even put a number on. I have a number in my head. I haven't said it because I didn't want it to be bad juju. But since we're so close to it, so close. What is it? It's 7:10. We're 25 hours away from first pitch.
Yep.
I think tomorrow we get Game 1. I really do think Cole's going to come out. He's going to shove. Offense is going to be pounding Dodger pitching first, because I think there's going to be a lot of rust on either side, but I think Cole is going to keep it tight. He's going to keep it tight. He's going to throw maybe 5 innings, maybe 6 innings, and then they'll go to their pen. I don't think we're going to hit double digits tomorrow, but I think we're looking at a high-scoring game on either end, but I think 3 scores probably separates. And I think the Yankees come out on top.
Okay, I love it. And then, do you have a prediction for the MVP? you have someone in mind?
Luke Weaver.
Luke Weaver as the MVP. Okay, I like that. I like that pick.
As much as I want to say Soto, as much as I want to say Judge, the one that I've also been toying around because he wasn't hitting in the ALCS, but loves the stage, loves the spotlight, and he loves Dodgers pitching. Jazz Chisholm.
Okay.
Very, very.
We need him to come through because, I mean, he's been pretty disappointing.
I think he will because he shines best when the lights are on him. He also loves Dodgers pitching. He's seen them enough. And coming in halfway through the season after, they probably played them about 7 times.
I was going to say, that is a really good point because he played half the season for the Marlins.
Because, on the other side, the players that scare me the most are not the big three. It's Teoscar and it's Kike. Kike and Teoscar have had our number, especially Teoscar. Coming from the Blue Jays, he knows us perfectly.
Yeah.
And then you have Kike, who is bounced from Dodger Red Sox, then back to the Dodgers. It's just – he was on the Red Sox, wasn't he, Kike? He went over with,
yes, he was. Yeah, when they
Mookie trade.
When they lost to the Astros in the ALCS, I remember.
Yeah, because they used him in the Mookie trade, right?
Yeah, yep.
They did. Verdugo,
and he's always been a postseason player.
Kike. You know? Yeah, Kike is a pain. He doesn't take anything outside the strike zone. Is always hunting the fastball, and that's one thing Yankees pitching needs to watch out for. They cannot pound the strike zone with this team. You pound the strike zone, that ball's in the seats.
Yeah.
They need to spin the ball. There needs to be rotation. It needs to be dotting the corners, or we're looking at a very quick exit.
Yeah, and you can't get behind hitters because if you're in a 2-0 hole against a guy like a Mookie, a guy like a Shohei, a guy like Freddie Freeman, I mean, those guys, they can absolutely destroy the fastball. Doesn't matter if it's 96, 97 miles an hour, but if you have to throw a strike and it's over the plate, those guys are gonna connect with it. And I like what you said about Teoscar because he's the guy who's hitting fourth. I mean, you've got Shohei, you got Mookie, you got Freeman. You got to get those guys out because you don't want 2 guys on for when Teoscar's up, Kike's up, because those guys have been Yankee killers. Kike's on absolute fire. So the Yankees really have to do a good job. I see the same thing, actually. Not saying the Dodgers are overrated. I mean, I feel like the Dodgers and we're going to get to this a little bit later, but I'm not a big fan of their starting pitching. Like they have a lot of injuries in their starting rotation, and I think that tomorrow is a perfect opportunity for the Yankees to take Game 1. We got our horse on the mound, Garrett Cole. They got Jack Flaherty, who let up 8 runs in 4 innings against the Mets in his last start, and I'm really not concerned about Jack Flaherty. I am concerned about the Yankees bullpen late in games. So that is the only thing. So I think tomorrow the bats got to come alive. The Yankees got to be aggressive in the plate. Like aggressive when they get a good pitch, take advantage of those 2-0 fastballs, take advantage, of those 3-0 counts. If it's a Soto, a Judge, or a Stanton, where the pitcher is just going to lay one up. The Yankees need to be aggressive in the strike zone, be selective, but also not too selective when they're in those hitters counts. And also too, another thing on that I need to see is that the bottom of the order needs to continue to just hit the ball. Guys like Jazz, guys like Volpe, Verdugo. I mean, Verdugo lately, he's been doing better, which is a good sign. But, we need those guys to be a little bit more consistent because it would be nice if we got some guys on base for Glaber and Soto, those guys who have been hitting lately. So, so I definitely think that the Yankees win. I definitely see this going in 6 games. I wanted to say 5 because I want the Yankees to win at home. But I think the Yankees split. Then I think the Yankees win 2 out of 3 in New York.
Yeah.
Then I think that they win Game 6. But it's going to come down to the Yankees bullpen, I think, in the end, which leads to my next question. So analyzing these 2 teams, Joey, what would you say is the biggest weakness for the Yankees and the biggest weakness for the Dodgers?
Base running. Base running for the Yankees, 100%. As John Sterling put it lovingly, they run the bases like they're drunks. And he's not – we got lucky. And I know that a lot of people are saying, oh, no, Cleveland was, they were just in our way. We got lucky. very lucky against Cleveland. And that's not to sell them short. Their bullpen is lights out. They just had hiccups. Their hiccups were exposed by Yankee hitting. And
they made a lot of errors in the field.
This team is not the Guardians. This team is not Kansas City Royals. This is it. This is the team that you have been playing all year. Every trial, tribulation has led into. You better come in with your defense tight. You better come in with good base running. And Rojas better not be sending someone who's slow from third.
No, because in this series, every run really does matter.
Every pitch matters in the World Series because it could be your last.
Absolutely, 100%. Okay, so that's for the Yankees side. I totally agree with that. What about on the Dodgers side?
Starting pitching for the Dodgers. So this is, again, what was so great about the Guardians series. The Mets and Dodgers did not deal with any dramatics like we did in the Guardians series. I feel our full playoffs have built up to this moment, this team was not what it was at the beginning of the playoffs.
No.
They built up and they got stronger. And you love to see that. They got hot. And the team that's the hottest usually hoists the trophy at the end of the year, do they not?
100%.
And the way that they played, I was very proud of the team. They just put it together. Because when I was watching against Baltimore and Pittsburgh in the regular season leading up to the playoffs, I was like, we're getting bounced. We're going to get bounced first round.
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, like momentum in baseball, I mean, momentum in any sport, really, it carries over. I mean, especially winning those close games, getting those clutch hits against a really, really good team. I mean, yeah, like on the Guardians are not juggernauts, but I mean, they are a very, very good team. I mean, they made the ALCS for a reason. Yeah. So the Yankees have been battle tested. And so, I think the Yankees are going to go into this series with a lot of confidence. And that definitely is going to help. And especially for these young guys, guys like Volpe and Austin Wells, they need to be relaxed at the plate. Can't press, can't just overthink every situation, just basically just make sure that you're locked in for every single pitch and then just make the plays. But yeah, I definitely think that the Dodgers starting pitching is alarming. I think for Yankee fans like us, it's, I think it's great for the Yankees because really the only healthy starters that they have that can really go deep in games are Yamamoto and Flaherty. That's really it, So I think the Yankees need to capitalize on that. Okay, so those are the weaknesses. What about the strengths? So the strength for the Yankees, strength for the Dodgers.
So to follow up with the pitching, why I think it's more of a weakness than anything, what I was leading into with the Guardians, we saw their bullpen a lot. We saw their bullpen quite a lot. That's the biggest strength of the Dodgers. Their offense is crazy. Don't get me wrong, but they have holes. If you expose those holes, they're not going to hit. But if you see Dodgers bullpen multiple times, let's say tomorrow Flaherty goes 3 innings. He's getting shelled, and Roberts decides to pull him. You're going to start seeing that bullpen immediately. You're going to start picking up on pitches because the one hitter that you don't want to memorize your pitching rotation is Juan Soto. And we saw Evan Gattis get ultimately unraveled.
Oh, 100%.
He knew what pitch was coming. He knew, you're going to go high with the fastball. I'm going to sit off in every changeup until you throw me the pitch I want. And he was sitting there. You could see him mocking the swing. He knew it was coming. And he was mocking the way he was going to swing at it. I don't even know what possessed him to go high up in the zone. But, hey, I'm not mad. We're in the World Series because of it.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I mean, the Yankees have been battle tested. They're playing at an all-time high right now. It just has to go and carry over because, like you said, there have been times during the regular season where we have both felt, man, this team is going to be out in the first round because they can't hit with runners in scoring position. The bullpen sucks. Starting pitching is inconsistent. But all it takes is one hot streak, and the Yankees can look like a totally different team. So I'm hoping that for these next 4 to 7 games, it carries over. But I I like that the Yankees did get tested. I feel better now that the Yankees had those games than if the Yankees just swept Cleveland. If they just swept Cleveland, and won every game 6-0, 7-2, or whatever, not tested, I think the Yankees would have been in worse shape. So I actually like that they were battle tested, because I don't want to compare this team to the late 90s Yankees and the early 2000s. But every big situation that those teams had, they came through. The Tino Martinez the Scott Brosius I'm not even talking about Jeter, but Bernie Williams, Jorge Posada. It's like those guys had timely hits at the perfect time. And that's what the Yankees need to win this series. They need those kinds of big hits and those big moments. And the team that gets those hits and those big moments is going to win. And that's what it's going to take.
So the team I can probably closely relate this to is the 96 team. 96 team for sure. Volpe is your Jeter right there. And you got all the star power. And it just seems like this ain't our last trip. This is not our last trip, especially if we lock up Soto. And I really think that's happening. Seeing him play, and I get it, the Mets fans are all like, no, he's coming to us. The way I think they're going to do it, as much as I know he wants the money up front, they're going to defer a certain amount of money. And the reason why is because Ohtani now opened up the floodgates for it. 100%. He's going to want to win more championships. Why would he want to go? And I don't mean disrespect to any Mets fans that watch, but why would he want to go over to Queens and have to basically carry that team to a World Series? And I get it. He has great players around him. And I'm sure Mets fans will be like, oh, no, we got all this in the farm and OMG and everything. But why would he want to leave when he's been battle tested in New York and has fully succeeded? He's had his postseason moments. Why would he want to go anywhere else? He's going to stay. We're going to go on multiple championship runs, and we're going to go back to the dynasty that we used to be. Wishful thinking there, but it seems like it. It seems like we are getting to that point.
Yeah, they definitely have they have a great team. I bet they keep everybody intact. There really isn't a reason not to. And just to piggyback what you said about Soto, I also think that one of the reasons why he will stay a Yankee is because Aaron Judge is locked up too. It's like, because if he goes to the Mets could easily get rid of Pete Alonso. They could trade him. And then, yes, they have Francisco Lindor. I get that, but he's not Aaron Judge. Nope. With that duo of having Juan Soto and Aaron Judge, your team just went to the World Series. Aaron Judge, when he's healthy, will hit literally 50 home runs every single season that he plays 140 games. It's like I think Soto knows the potential of this team and knows that even his individual career will benefit if he plays alongside a guy like Aaron Judge. He knows he's going to be able to hit 40 home runs a year because he's going to have Judge hitting, right behind him. I think, one, the Yankees have the money. 2, he's going to be in New York. So he's going to be a huge market. Spotlights on him. 3, he gets to play alongside, in my opinion, the best player in baseball. There's the Yankees don't really have to sell much because, and they're just going to the World Series this year. So I definitely don't see a reason why he would leave the Yankees. The only thing, if he prioritizes money, great, awesome. But I think the Yankees are going to open up that checkbook for him.
If they don't, they're stupid. It would be the biggest blasphemy that this ownership has ever done. They're going to pay him.
Also, for the Yankees, it's like I feel like they really need this too, because also, as much as I love Judge, it almost seems like every other year he suffers an injury and misses like 30 or 40 games. And just imagine if he suffers an injury and we don't have Juan Soto in the lineup, then the Yankees are a mid-500 team.
You're back to last year.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
Back to last year. And I love that we're going back to the place that ended his season, which is they better have that outfield wall padded.
100%.
If Juan Soto goes busting his toe and he has to miss games in the World Series, I'm going to have a literal meltdown in the basement.
Same here. Well, let's hope it's Alex Verdugo what happens to, as much as I love Verdugo. Just make sure
I don't want any of them to
I know, but if I had to pick someone, don't make it Judge or Soto, please.
And then you're putting Dominguez out in the outfield.
Yeah, exactly. There we go.
He needs another year to cook.
For goodness sake.
Yeah.
I think I can judge a hype pop a little bit better than he can.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's our World Series predictions. We both have the Yankees winning. You got Luke Weaver awarded the MVP. I got Garrett Cole winning the MVP. I got Cole pitching 2 lights out games. Game 1, he sees the opportunity. Big start. He's gotten some good rest. I think he's going to be ready to roll. I think he's going to pitch a great game. And then his next start, probably going to be Game 4 back in New York, or even Game 5 in New York. So with that stadium buzzing, I think he's going to have 2 big starts. The Yankees win both of those. He pitches great. Yankees win in 6 games. That is my prediction. Okay, now we're going to get into the really fun part of this chat today. So I've been thinking back and forth on this and kind of like running through scenarios in my head on which players I want. We're going to do our all-time Dodgers and Yankees draft. So each of us are going to pick 9 guys. Okay, so DH, catcher, first base, second base, shortstop, third base, and then 3 outfielders. And you can make your outfielders however you want. Okay, so like, you could have whatever, like hypothetically, you could have like Judge and center. You want to have Mickey Mantle on left, whatever. It doesn't matter. Okay, and so your team it could consist of all Yankees. You could have a mix of Dodgers and Yankees. It's whatever you want. But the players in this pool that we're drafting are going to be all-time Dodgers and Yankees players. So, Joey, I'm going to have you go first, my friend, because you have the honors. Who is your first overall pick?
Babe Ruth.
Babe Ruth. Okay. You got it, Babe Ruth. I was thinking that you were going to go that. So I think I know. I think I know where your number 2 pick is going to go, but I'm going to choose. So I'm choosing Derek Jeter, and the reason why I'm choosing Derek Jeter is because I think he's by far the best Yankee shortstop ever, and he's better than any shortstop on the LA Dodgers in their history too. So I'm going with DJ. Derek Jeter is my first pick at shortstop. All right, Joey, what is your next pick?
Judge.
I knew you were going to do that. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Okay, so obviously you have Babe. He's probably going to be right. So you got Judge in center?
Yep.
Okay, Judge in center. And he doesn't get enough credit. I mean, Judge is a great center fielder. Yeah, he really, really is. Okay. So you got 2 outfielders. I think if I don't take this guy, then you will pick him and have the most stacked outfield ever. So I'm going to take Mickey Mantle. Okay, so I was thinking, man, if you had Ruth, Judge, and Mantle in your outfield, that's pretty good. Wow. Okay, what is your third pick?
A-Rod third.
Ooh, good pick. A-Rod. He doesn't get the recognition, but I mean, he had some great seasons at third base for the Yankees. For sure. I'm going. I'm going DH. I'm going Shohei.
Fair enough.
Shohei Ohtani. Okay, so just recap. You got Judge, Babe Ruth, and A-Rod. What is your 4th pick?
Didi Gregorius, a shortstop.
Ooh, I like Didi, man. I mean, he had really good power. He had a cannon for an arm. Like, Didi was a nice shortstop. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't he have a 30 home run season for the Yankees? I feel like he did.
Yes. I think that was his last year.
Yeah, I think it was.
That was his walk.
Didi Gregorius at shortstop. Good pick. Okay, I got Jeter at shortstop. I got Mantle in the outfield. I got Shohei at DH. My next player, second base, give me Jackie Robinson.
Okay,
Jackie Robinson at second base. So I got 2 Dodgers and 2 Yankees. You're going to pick all Yankees. I know. I
don't know many Dodgers. I was thinking pitching. I was like, Sandy Koufax. I mean, I'm done with that right there.
I know. Okay, so who is your next pick?
Scott Brosius first.
Ooh, Scott Brosius. I mean, he was clutch, man. He was clutch in the postseason. Yeah. I love Brosius.
No, I'm picking all clutch hitters. You can see that, right?
I know. Didi, Brosius. I mean, A-Rod was clutch in 2009 for sure.
Yes.
Other than that, Not so much. Oh man. Thinking of other really good third basemen that the Yankees have had. Um, Greg Nettles is up there. You took Brocious, but he's at your first base. Let me think. I'm going to hold off on third base. Give me a catcher. Give me Yogi Berra. Probably one of the most clutchest players of all time. He's my catcher. Okay, who's your next pick?
That's not a bad choice at all. I was thinking Yogi too.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm probably gonna go with a very weird pick. But can I choose their time period where they were their best?
Sure, I don't care. Who is it?
Give me prime friggin' 2016 Gary Sanchez.
Gary Sanchez.
Behind the plate, the one that hit 20 home runs in like 50 games?
Yeah, I remember that. I mean, he could hit the ball, but I mean, he would bat like 190.
Yeah, but I can imagine him coming up clutch in a really, really tight situation.
100%.
Was going to go Jorge, but
yeah, man, I love the Jorge so much. Let me think here. I'm trying to think of outfielders. I'm trying to think of outfielders for the Dodgers. I mean, because they have a lot. You got Duke Snyder, you got Gary Sheffield, you got Sean Green, you got Mookie.
You put Gary on your Yankee team too.
I know. Well, and that's where I'm going because I'm going Joe D. I'm going Joe DiMaggio as my next pick in my outfield. So for you, Joey, you need second base, you need one more outfielder, and you need a DH.
So I'm gonna go for DH. Who do I
I'm trying to think of other Yankees. Who?
Hideki Matsui.
Ooh, that's a good pick. I love the Matsui, man. He was clutch. He was a great all-around hitter. I love Matsui.
I feel like I'm putting together the Yankee All-Star team.
Yeah, you are. I mean, this guy just comes to mind. I feel like I have to pick him. First base, I'm going Lou Gehrig. Got to go with the Iron Horse. You had Ruth, so I feel like I got to have Gehrig. Okay, so one more outfielder and a second baseman. Joey, who's your next pick?
Let's go Bernie Williams to finish out my outfield.
Ooh, nice, man. I love Bernie. In my opinion, he should be in the Hall of Fame. I'm sorry, but I mean, he was a great all-around player. He could do anything: hit for contact, power, speed, good outfielder, and again, clutch player. Great postseason numbers. Trying to think third baseman because I got third base left and one more outfielder. Third base is hard. I'm trying to think on the Dodgers side. Who's a good Dodgers third baseman? Are we like, man, let me think on the Yankees side. All I can think of is, I know it's like only like 1 year, but he won his only World Series with the Yankees. I'm going Wade Boggs.
Okay.
Wade Boggs. Yeah. 96 was his only World Series. Yankees. All right, my man Joey. Who is your last pick? It's your second baseman. Who do you got?
I'm not too sure on this one. It's the one I've been really toying around with. I was thinking Melky. I could put Melky on second for sure.
Okay. I was going to go.
Or I could go Robinson Cano.
That's what I was going to do.
I think I'm going to go Robbie.
Robbie, yeah. That's what I was thinking of. I was thinking in my head because I was like, if you pick Jackie Robinson, I was like, I'm going to get Robbie. I mean, he was a hitting machine, man. I mean, he could just do anything on the field.
Because I was thinking Dodger all-time great second. Isn't what's his name that went to Philly? Wasn't he second base?
Who?
He went to Philly.
He went to Philly
recently.
Okay.
He was on the 2020 team.
You mean shortstop Trey Turner?
Yeah, that's who I was thinking of.
Okay.
I would have slotted him in a second.
I'm trying to think. I feel like for the Dodgers, he did play second, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right. You are right. Yeah. Because I think that was the time that they had Seager.
Yep.
Right? Yeah, that's right.
Think about that fast base running too, that sweet swing.
Yeah, that's right. I totally forgot about that. Because my last outfielder, I got Mantle, I got DiMaggio. You got a really good outfield. You got Judge, Ruth, and Bernie Williams, man. That's really good. I was thinking Johnny Damon, but I'm like, I feel like there's
that was a pick for me too.
Yeah, I love watching Damon. I feel like there's other outfielders that I like giving the old guys props, and I want to add another Dodger, I think. So my last outfielder, I'm going to go Duke Snider. Nice. In my outfield. Yep. Yeah, him, Mickey Mantle, and Willie Mays. I mean, those guys ran New York City in the 50s. So I feel like I had to go pay homage to him. So you got a killer team. So catcher, got 2016 Gary Sanchez, first base Scott Brosius, second base Robinson Cano, third base A-Rod, shortstop Didi Gregorius, outfield you got Bernie Williams. So I'm guessing you put Judge in left and Bernie in center, or would you do Bernie in left, right? Okay.
I put Judge back where he used to be.
Okay. All right. So Judge in left, Bernie in center, Ruth in right field, and DH Hideki Matsui. That is a powerful lineup. That is a lot of power in that lineup. I got Yogi Berra. Oh, yeah, exactly. Yep. A lot of strikeouts. I got Yogi Berra, catcher, first base Lou Gehrig, second base Jackie Robinson, Wade Boggs, third base, shortstop Derek Jeter, outfield Joe DiMaggio. I probably would go DiMaggio in left, go Snider in right, and then I go Mantle in center. And then DH, I got Shohei Ohtani. So this would be really, really fun to go and clip this and then let the people decide who wins.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. The diehard Yankee fans that grew up watching the 90s Yankees are probably going to pick your team, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right when they see Brosius and Bernie Williams and Hideki Matsui, they're going to get real excited.
Because I could have went with Texon first, too. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Could have went that route.
Man, I love that
Swish
09
in the
team.
Outfield, too.
Swish. Oh, yeah. I love that 09 team, man. So awesome. Okay. So that wraps up our draft. And then before we go, we got some rapid fires for you, Joey. Okay. So sure. Rapid fire number one. Who are your top three favorite Yankees of all time?
I would say Jeter number one, obviously.
Okay.
I would say Ruth number two, and then Judge three.
Okay. I love that. Could you see any possibility where Judge could end up your number one?
Yeah, absolutely.
You do? Okay. What would it take? Would it take like a couple World Series?
Three World Series.
3 World Series. Yeah. I was thinking about that too. I was like, right now, in my opinion, I would say Aaron Judge is a top 10 Yankee ever. I'd say he's probably around that 9-10 because I don't want to disrespect, a lot of the Yankees legends because there's a ton. We got Yogi, Joe D, Mantle, Gehrig.
We're not even
Reggie
talking
Jackson.
about pitchers. You put CC into that,
Whitey Ford, Mo. So it's really hard to crack that top 10. But what Aaron Judge is doing, and if he gets like another MVP or two, and wins like 2 or 3 World Series, he's going to be a top 10 Yankee ever, and he might end up a top 10 player ever. He
will be a first ballot Hall of Fame.
Oh,
he'll be a unanimous Hall of Fame.
Well, 100%. Hypothetically, if Aaron Judge gets, let's say, even 2 more seasons of over 50 home runs, or he has like 5 seasons of over 50 home runs, especially in this era, he's going to be one of the best power hitters ever.
He has how many now? He's past 400?
3. Oh, okay. How many career home runs?
Yeah.
He's got like 300 and something.
Okay. Yeah, he just hit 300 this year. But he's been injured like a ton.
Yeah, I know his statistical average. So he's got 315 home runs, but he averages 51 home runs per a 162 game season. So yeah,
Yep.
when the man's healthy, he's getting 50 home runs a year. Yeah, he is absolutely astronomical. Okay, so that's your top 3 Yankees. Question number 2: who are your top 3 players that you hate the most?
For like all of baseball.
All baseball.
Altuve, number uno.
Okay. Yep, I can see that.
Pedro Martinez was hated for a very long time, but I've dropped that hate because he's just, he's very likable. That's the same thing with Poppy. Can't hate Poppy.
Yeah. Hated him when they were playing.
John Rocker is always in the mind.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, John Rocker.
Really, really hate that guy. And I don't want to pick on the Astros because then I could just throw Alex Bregman into the mix too.
I know. Like, I remember.
It's very hard to like that team. Like, you celebrate when they get demolished in the World Series.
I remember when there was like
a manager into that mix.
Oh yeah, throw a manager.
Friggin' what's his name? Friggin' Kevin Cash. I don't like that dude.
Kevin Cash.
Don't like that dude.
Yeah, I don't like him either. Dude, I remember before the season when there were rumors of Alex Bregman potentially getting traded to the Yankees, and I was like,
yep.
if that ever happened, I was like, I would be so mad. It's like, I can't cheer for this guy.
Team chemistry would be all over the place. I could have put friggin' what's it called, Josh Donaldson into that too. Hated him when he was on the team, pimping home runs.
Oh man, when they would announce his name in Yankee Stadium, everybody would boo. Nobody would cheer.
Same with Joey
Donaldson. Yeah, exactly. Oh my goodness, yeah. Thank goodness that those guys are not on this year's team.
Yeah, if it weren't for Clay Holmes' resurgence, he would have been number 1.
Oh my gosh, yes. Don't even get me started on him. Okay, and then your last one.
There too.
Who?
Aroldis Chapman up there too.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, what about the Yankees with all these closers post-Mo have just been pretty bad, That goes to show you how great Mariano was.
Nah, Dreamweaver, we get a full season of him next year. Forget about it.
Yeah. I'm happy that they made that change to him because I don't think Yankee fans could stomach another blown save from Clay Holmes.
Yeah, we haven't even talked about if you want to talk about our bullpen, like for the final thing, I'm good with that.
Okay. And then your last rapid fire. We were going to name 3 great Yankees that people forget about. Okay, so name 3 great Yankees that people don't talk about enough.
Now, everyone talks about CeCe, so you can't put him into there. Didi, people still talk about him. Brett Gardner.
Oh yeah, I love Brett Gardner, and he was clutch. He was clutch.
Mm-hmm. Spark plug.
Mm-hmm.
Absolute spark plug. Can't think of it. Who was the one that did the thumbs down?
Thumbs down.
Yeah, he was on the 2017 run when they were doing the whole thumbs down. He came from he was retired now. Came from the Reds.
I'm trying to think. Came from the Reds. Why am I having a blank? What position?
Third base.
Todd Frazier?
Yeah.
Todd Frazier. Yep. Yeah. And now I'm pretty sure he's an analyst for Fox or an announcer.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's Yeah. He's an announcer. Okay, so that's 2. Those are 2 really good picks that literally I forgot Todd Frazier even played for the Yankees.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that.
And then for my last one, I'm going to go recent. I feel he doesn't get enough flowers for what he does. Tommy Kahnle. Up and down. Traded, come back. Shove is an absolute bulldog.
Mm-hmm.
Man's not given enough credit. He shoves when he needs to. He's lockdown pitching. I think he's very highly underrated. I'm sure there's a lot more, but like that quickly comes to mind, like a more recent kind of team. Yeah. They definitely all come to mind.
Oh, 100%. I mean, one guy that came to mind, and I'm guessing you like this player, but remember Francisco Cervelli?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love Cervelli.
I met him in person.
Did you really? Where?
When I worked at Best Buy, he came in to buy a laptop, and no one knew who he was.
Except you?
Yeah. I was trying to play it all cool, and then I'm like, yo, you're Francisco Cervelli, aren't you? He's like, oh, yeah, I didn't know if you knew. I'm like, yeah, I'm a huge Yankee fan. I just didn't want to blow your cover,
Yeah.
He was just by himself, and he was buying a MacBook. It was just a really cool, conversation we had and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really, really cool to see like athletes in person being like real. It's like, here's a guy buying a computer that a normal middle-class person would buy, Yep. Yeah. Like super, super cool. Yeah. Cervelli is, I'm definitely, I'm up there for me. Another guy that I love, I'm going way back, 90s. Remember Jose Vizcaíno? I loved him.
Name rings a bell. Remember when Ichiro was on the team too?
Oh yeah. Yep. Ichiro, but Vizcaíno, he was a really good utility player. He could play anywhere on the infield, clutch hits in the postseason. Absolutely love that guy. And then, man, if I had to pick one more, I always like this guy. Maybe he doesn't qualify. I don't know if people still talking about it a lot, but I love the Grandy man. Curtis Granderson. Yeah. I love Curtis Granderson, man. I mean, yeah, his last couple years with the Yankees weren't great, but I mean, he was a really good fielder. He hit 40 home runs in a year.
Yep.
I believe so. I mean, yeah, he was a really good player. Fast, he could steal bases. Yeah, I really liked him. I really liked him.
I got another one to add. Raul Ibanez.
Oh man, against the Orioles, remember that? Oh man, I remember
how clutch he was. How clutch Raul was.
Yep,
insane.
Also too, I'm trying to think. That was when Joe Girardi was the manager, right? Yeah, yep. And then he took out A-Rod. I mean, and that's gonna be hard to pinch hit for A-Rod. And then he put Raul up. He tied the game. Then extra innings, he won the game with the home run. And it's like, man, that took some balls. So. And Raul was awesome, man. I love watching him. Yeah. See, those are the kind of hits that the Yankees need. Like those kind of hits against the Dodgers. That's how the Yankees win. So
they're gonna come from Jazz. They're gonna come from Jazz. They're gonna come from Riz, and I think they're gonna come. You're gonna see some hits from Wells this series.
You know what? For how much of an up and down year Anthony Rizzo has had, because he's been plagued by injury, I hope he gets like a big hit like that. I think that will be a really, really awesome moment.
I think he'll get a few. This is what he lives for. He loves the postseason.
Yeah. Well, I am super excited.
Drought.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hey, man, I mean, I could talk about this all day. But Joey, I'm super, super excited about the World Series. It's streaming on Fox tomorrow evening at 5:08 p.m. Pacific time. So make sure that you guys watch the game. Joey, thank you so much for your time today.
Absolutely, man.
I am praying that the Yankees win this series. This was a lot of fun, my friend, and then we'll have to go and do this again probably once the series is over. But let's go Yankees, baby.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's get a series. Let's get a parade going down Canyon of Heroes. I'm ready. This is going to be a stressful next couple of days, but yeah. This is what the postseason is all about. We're here. We're in the World Series. Everyone hates us. We don't care. Let's just get this series. Let's get a championship. Let's get number 28.
Exactly. It's getting number 28. And you guys out there listening, please like and subscribe to the Average Sports Guy channel here. I have long-form videos every single week, and then I have shorts every single day posted on here. So make sure that you comment below with your World Series prediction. Who wins between the Dodgers and the Yankees? And let me know who wins the MVP of the World Series. Thank you guys for joining. Joey, thank you so much, my friend. And I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
All right,
everybody.
Peace.